it's September now, which means it's fall, and that means it's time for a Gilmore Girls rewatch. I have rewatched Gilmore Girls every fall for years. I think this might be like the 7th time I've seen this show. So I can tell you like the names of my favorite episodes and like recite half of the shit they say. So it's time. And I'm gonna read a book and sit and watch. I'm so excited. Okay, so I've been trying to read The 7-Year Slip, and I mentioned this in my full TBR, but I've tried to read it twice now, and I've only gotten to page, 32. And I just have not gotten into it yet, and I know it's gonna be good. I know I'm gonna enjoy it, but I'm like, should I start something else first and come back to this? Like, I really want to read Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, and that's on my Kindle, so I can maybe read it at work too on breaks and stuff. And maybe if I get through that one and maybe satisfy my craving for something other than romance first, then when I come back to this one, it'll be better. What do we think? So I'm 20% into Truly Devious now, and I feel like not much has really happened so far. Honestly, we got a little bit of backstory and we're getting some descriptions, like settings, characters. Yeah, I can't say I am completely hooked just yet because, you know, nothing's really going on. However, I am intrigued, and I know that this girl kind of wants to solve some murders, and there were some murders that happened in the past at this boarding school she's headed to, or she just got to, and they're kind of going through the setting, and maybe she's going to try and solve it, or maybe the murders are going to start picking up again and she's gonna have to figure it out. I'm not completely sure, but I am interested to keep reading. So, and I think it's not very long because I'm 20% through and I'm on page like 60 only, so I feel like it's pretty short. So yeah. So I'm like 50% into Truly Devious now, and I feel like genuinely nothing happened until like 40% into the book. Like, we've been going back and forth between timelines, and so we're getting bits and pieces of information like back and forth between the two timelines. So I feel like nothing really concrete to the story happened. Like, it was a lot of setting the scene, setting the characters, kind of describing what the boarding school is like. And I understand it needed to be done, especially because it is like a 4-book series or something like that. So obviously the scene needs to be set, the story needs to be set. But up until 40% into the book, I could have just stopped and like had no care because nothing had happened. But now I'm like feeling like things are going to start picking up. Something kind of big, I think, for the story happened, which is kind of tying together the two timelines now, which makes it all make a little bit more sense. So I think it's going to start picking up. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm about 50% of the way through. So hopefully I can finish that soon, because usually on Kindle, the books end around 90%, not 100. So we'll see. Okay guys, I'm 60% of the way through now, and things are really picking up. There's been a big plot point that's just happened that I think is really gonna send the story rolling, as well as something that I wasn't really, I don't know if I was maybe a little bit expecting it, but I was still a little caught off guard when it happened. So that was fun, and I want to see how that's gonna tie into the story as well. I'm hoping that we get to solve the crime or like the mystery by the end of this book, because right now it seems like we don't have like much evidence or anything to go off of. Because I know there's 4 books. I hope it's kind of like the National series where like there's a different like crime each book instead of like one prolonged mystery. So I'm hoping it's gonna be that. I'm sure it will be, because 4 books would be a lot for one mystery. So that's where I'm at. I'm enjoying it so far. It's seeming to be maybe like a 3.5, 3.75 right now, because I do actually really like it. Although like I said before, the beginning part was really slow, but at the same time, I don't think it was boring. 'Cause if it was boring, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten through it. Because I'm kind of the type of person, like if I'm not in it in the first little bit, then it's like, that's it for me. So, yeah. I finished Truly Devious last night, and I immediately started the second one because it ended on such a big cliffhanger. And like I was saying in my last update, I was hoping that like the mystery would be solved at the end of the first book and then the second book would be a completely different mystery. However, that is not what happened. It ended up being left on a cliffhanger with nothing like solidly solved. Like things were maybe questioned and like it could be a potential solving, but nothing was like, this is who did it, this is who was arrested, whatever, right? So I had to immediately jump into the second book because, yeah. Anyways, my thoughts. I'm giving it like a 3.5 just because I feel like since the first like 40% of the book was kind of just like nothing was really going on, I can't give it like a 4 or a 5 star, but I did really enjoy it, especially towards the end. I like couldn't put it down. It was so entertaining, and I just love the way that the character, like the main character of Stevie, was written, because she was written to be like, obviously all the characters here are kind of like quirky and like they all are like gifted, and so they're kind of weird, like they don't fit in with like the normal kids, but sometimes when characters are written like that, they're just like completely unrelatable, and it's like, I don't know, like it's like they're doing too much. But this one was like, she was, you know, weird enough, like a weird crime nut, but she was also relatable enough. And I like how there was like a little bit of like romance forming between like some of the other characters and maybe between her and another character, and I really liked the aspect of that. And I also liked the friendships within it, and I'm excited to see the friendships grow throughout the books as well, because even though it is like a murder mystery, it's like also they're teenagers in a boarding school, so like that is also a good dynamic to see, other than just like straight solving the mystery. So I did really enjoy it, and I'm gonna jump right into the second one. I just finished The Vanishing Stair, and we finally solved something, you guys! I'm so happy, because the end of the first book left us on a cliffhanger, and I had to start the second one right away. And although the end of this book isn't exactly like a closed case, I'm glad that we've solved something, and I feel satisfied enough to take a break from the series and read something else. I don't have a cohesive review yet, so give me a second to think about it, but I did enjoy this one. I don't like the miscommunication trope that's happening a little bit within like the romantic aspect of this. However, I'm hoping that things kind of clear up in the next 2 books with them, because I do really like them as a couple, or I don't know, even as friends. Like I just like their like, I don't know, I want Stevie to have someone, because I feel like she's like a weird character, and like a lot of times in books like that, the weird person like never finds someone. I don't know. Anyways, let me think about it, and maybe I'll have final thoughts tomorrow. Okay, it's the morning now. I made my little coffee, and I think I'm ready to give my final thoughts on The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson. I really liked it, actually. I think I gave it a 4 stars on Goodread, and I'm gonna stick with that rating. I liked it better than the first one, just because I feel like more happened, even though in my first update I said literally nothing was happening, and it felt like that. I feel like that's just like a thing with her. Like it happened in the first book too, whereas like the first like 40% of the book, I felt like we learned nothing. But I think that the stuff that we like find out helps a lot later on in the book. Like even though it feels like we're learning nothing,
all of that stuff comes into play at the end when you get like the big reveal. So I do enjoy it, and I don't find it boring. Like I just am like, I don't know, I feel like since it's stretched out over 4 books, it's not as fast paced as like other mystery novels that like have one book to give you all the information and solve it. So maybe that's why it feels different than the other ones, but I don't think it's boring. Like I still really enjoy reading it, and I'm really happy that we got more at the end of this book. Like it left me much more satisfied at the end of this one than at the end of the first one. Like at the end of the first one, I immediately had to start the second book. I was like, I need more. So the end of this one gave me a little bit of closure. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen in the next book based on just like something that happened at the end of this book as well. And I feel like there's a lot more going on than we know right now, and there's still another 2 books. So I did really like it. I would recommend. I'm gonna take a break from this series now to read the 7-Year Slip, because like I said at the beginning of this video, I've been putting it off, but I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna start it today, and then maybe when I'm done that, I'll go back into Truly Devious. I don't know, but I'm definitely gonna read the 7-Year Slip next.
So the bookstore near my house is closing. So they were having a huge sale, like 50 to 75% off a bunch of stuff. Not every book, or else I would have went absolutely feral in there, but off of the books that were already like on a promotion. So some of them that I really wanted to get weren't on sale, so I didn't buy them, but I got some really good deals. So let me show you. Let's show you, this is not a book. I got this cute little pumpkin jar. It's only like $5, so. Oh, and then I got this bookmark, and I got one for my mom too. It's like, has a K on it, and it's green. That was $3. What else? Oh, I got this little book club kit, so it has like book club prompts and things like that to start my own book club. That was like $4, so I figured, why not? I don't know, I want to start a book club, so. And then I got these cute little Christmas tree decorations. These are only like $3, so I figured, why not? Okay, on to the actual books now. I got From Lukov with Love by Mariana Zapata. This was on sale for $5, so I definitely picked that one up. I haven't read any books by her, and I do have The Wall of Winnipeg in me, but I figured since it was only $5 and the regular is $25, I might as well get it. And then I got The Nature of Witches. So this was already $6. So with the sale, I got it for $1.30. I don't know, I figured it was like a cute fall book, and it's like she has to choose between, I don't know, someone she cares about and like her calling as a witch to like save the world, or no. She must decide if using her volatile magic, oh yeah, to help the world is worth the price of losing the person she loves. So I figured that would be a good fall read, and for $1, why not? And then I got this journal because it was only like $5, and I figured it'd be good for my reading journal for 2025. So I got that. And then I got the Agathas, which is like a murder mystery, and this one was $1.35 as well. And okay, yeah, so there was a murder, they have to prove someone's innocence. And yeah, they use like Agatha Christie's novels and stuff. I kind of like books like that. That's kind of like Truly Devious, where she's like super obsessed with like Sherlock Holmes and stuff, and that's kind of how part of like the mysteries get solved and stuff like that. I think that's always fun, especially if you love reading as well, so you can kind of play like along with the characters. I got The Lost Children Archive, and this one was like $1.80 or something. This one's actually for my mom, but I think it's based on a true story actually. But I thought it sounded interesting. I don't know. And then lastly, I got Crime Scene by Jonathan and Jesse Kellerman. This one was $8. And this one is like about a guy, and he, I guess, does like autopsies on the bodies and stuff. And he has to like, he's like the one who determines if it was natural causes or foul play. And someone dies, and he kind of dives deeper into the case or something like that. And then it's like, I don't know. Sounds interesting. I'll see. This one is also kind of for my mom, but I might read it too. But yeah. And I spent like, I don't know, like $40 or something, and everything was so cheap, so that's a win. Okay, so
I just downloaded the third book in the Truly Devious series on my Kindle, which is called The Hand on the Wall. And you know what is so weird is that the first, second, and fourth book are on Kindle Unlimited, but the third one's not. Anyways, I just downloaded the third one. Sorry, I thought I saw a bug. I just downloaded the third one on my Kindle, so I'm probably going to start reading that. I did try and get back into the 7-Year Slip, but this is how far I am, if you can see my bookmark. And it's just not the mood for me right now. I'm like so invested in the Truly Devious series right now, I can't stop. And I was reading this and I was just thinking about Stevie. And so I'm gonna read the third one, I think, instead of this, because I feel like if I don't read this at the right time, I'm not gonna appreciate it the way that I should. And I think that right now is just not the right time for me. And I've been saying that, but I will read it. I swear it will be in a vlog soon. But while I'm sitting here, considering this is now no longer just a mood reading vlog that I've put in a book haul, I might as well put in a little clothing haul too. So let me show you what I got recently. First thing is actually this t-shirt I'm wearing right now. It's just like a perfect like long tee. It's like a burgundy color, perfect for fall. And then I got this deep red cardigan, which I just love the colorful for fall. I think that the deep red is so flattering, and I usually wasn't really into red, but I've been rewatching Gilmore Girls, and there's this one outfit from Rory in episode, I think it's 3 of season 1, where Lorelai's hosting the wedding for the twins, and she's wearing a red sweater just like that and has her hair like curled with like 2 little clips. And I want to recreate it because I just love that. And she has brown hair and wears the red and it looks amazing. And after looking her up on Pinterest a bunch of times, I've realized that red is kind of like a main color she wears a lot. So now I want to get into red. So that's why I got that. And then I got this leather bomber jacket. I wanted it last year, but when I started to like get into this style, it was like already March. And I was like, at this point, there's like, what's the use in getting a jacket? But since it's only September, I figured I'll get it now. So it's just, I don't even know if you can see it. It's just like a leather jacket. It's like black, but kind of like has like a brown hue to it. And yeah, I figured that was good for fall and like the transition from fall to winter when it's like not too cold to wear like a puffer jacket, but I can get some use out of this one. So that's what I bought recently. And then I never did like a little something I got for my birthday, which is only like 2 things. But this sweater, so cute and also perfect for fall. So excited to wear that. And then Uggs. I got the Ultra Minis. I don't know what color this is. Light tan. And I'm obsessed with them. I have black Uggs and I just wanted like a beige pair. I can never figure out how to put I wanted a beige pair because why not? So that's my little haul. I do think I'm gonna end this video here though, because I'm just gonna read the third Truly Devious and I don't think it's all that interesting considering I've read the first 2 in this video. I don't need to continue on. So I'll come back in another video when I have something more interesting to talk about, potentially an ACOTAR reading vlog, if you'd like to see that. But yeah, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This video kind of took a turn that I wasn't expecting it to take, but that's okay. Keep it interesting, and hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.